Libel laws, media integrity, horseshoe theory, and wacky pundits. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and I've been getting a bit of fallout that I need to address in regards to my video about liberal media potentially being sued if they keep up the unfounded attacks on Trump and his cabinet. Kizum Fowler made an entire video response. Some guy started an argument with Matt Christensen for sharing it on Twitter, and people are arguing so much in the comment section of my video that I had to stop reading all the comments. Sorry guys, I tried to stay engaged, but it got intense. I thought that I made my actual views on the subject rather clear, and I had definitely expressed fear in relation to Donald Trump increasing libel laws prior to the election, but I guess I have to clarify a few things. You see, there is a small vindictive part of me that would love to see Lindy West get sued for continuing to lie to her shrinking audience, while she doubles down about accusations of Trump and his cabinet being Nazis. It's the same part of me that would kind of love to see a video of Anita Sarkeesian getting into a fight with a female gamer, and Anita throwing the first slap, only to see a badass chick who actually enjoys typically masculine competition knock Sarkeesian the fuck out. For a brief moment, I and 75% or so of the entire internet would relish in the sweet delight of cold revenge, only to realize within seconds that this will not only make these professional victims stronger, but also it will increase the certainty within their audience that their feminist heroes were right about everything the entire time. Again, I thought I made it clear that I don't want Lindy West to get sued, for example, for that very reason, because of all of that backlash. But it doesn't mean I would feel sorry for either Lindy West or Anita Sarkeesian if Anita Sarkeesian got beat up after slapping a woman. It would kind of be awesome, and I would kind of think that Sarkeesian, after everything she's done, sort of deserved it. Still, ultimately, if Anita Sarkeesian got the shit kicked out of her to an unnecessary degree after a mere slap, I wouldn't approve, and I would be public about that. So, if Lindy West got sued by the government, I would first say, well, I'm not surprised and I don't feel sorry for you as an individual because I know that you, Lindy West, know that you are a liar. However, I would undoubtedly go on to defend freedom of the press as an overall precedent, after people more educated about legal precedents would undoubtedly make their case and sway me into action. Because I, am not a journalist really, but I have some ethics. The notion of Glenn Beck saying all sorts of untrue things about Obama came up in Kizum's video, and I think that is a fine comparison. That's just horseshoe theory in action. I think Glenn Beck is a loon, obviously, and I wouldn't feel sorry for him if he got beat up, fired, or sued. However, the last thing that I'm going to do is warn somebody like Glenn Beck that one of these things might happen to him, precisely because I have such a tremendous distaste for him. He simply doesn't deserve my help. And I don't know anybody who takes him seriously anyway, and I doubt Glenn Beck would ever listen to me. However, there is a very small but certain possibility that Lindy West might actually listen to me and make a retraction about the Nazi comments if she realized they just weren't true. And Lindy West actually used to be kind of a funny person who wrote a lot of articles I used to enjoy back in the day. In particular, I had quite a few chuckles reading her review of the film Forrest Gump that she apparently wrote after something of like 20 years of seeing it for the first time. It came out on Netflix again, so she wrote a review, and it was pretty funny. You see, Lindy West was not always an irrational fourth-wave feminist fanatic. She was somebody I at least thought that I liked. She might have had a bit of toxic feminist ideological stuff that crept into even the articles I used to enjoy of hers that I might be more critical of now, but she was legitimately funny once upon a time. So, I don't mind warning her that she's maybe treading on some thin ice. I offer no solution to people fear-mongering amongst the left in terms of blatantly fabricating stories about Trump and his cabinet, besides that we need to hold their feet to the fire and speak out against the columnists and publications that publish these falsehoods. At the end of the Bush administration, I believe Fox News was maybe the single most looked at news source in the West, certainly the highest rated news source on cable television. Now, it isn't super popular at all anymore, is it? That didn't happen on accident. It happened because people took the piss out of Fox News and their pundits constantly for years. So we need to do the same thing to the left. We need to do it to The Guardian, The New York Times, CNN, Rachel fucking Maddow, who's pissing me the hell off. We need to take the piss out of Rachel Maddow, piece by piece. If we do our job correctly, some of the people we take the piss out of might end up thanking us in the end. I don't want it to come to anybody actually getting sued. The same as I was terrified that Clinton would get into office and continue to culturally encourage cry bullies mobbing people on social media with a double standard of ethics and the ability to ruin people's lives based on misconstrued jokes or ultimately just having the wrong opinion. Remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and either politician apparently wanted some new fur, either through promises of libel law increases or the actions of CEOs of social media catering to double standards in favor of people with Democratic Party leaning political opinions, getting away basically with murder and censoring their opposition and even getting them fired all the time. That was really messed up too. That was already happening. So somebody getting sued, somebody having their career ruined and their reputation ruined, it's hard to say which one is worse, but I'm against both. So drop me a comment and stay tuned.